And welcome back to Webley Hour and day 6 of our hanging garden. So this is how far we got quite far. I did find this on my desk actually, so obviously it didn't go into this pot, so I will get that put in now. And I'm just going to do that with a touch of super glue because everything else is dry, and we will get on with today. And I'm hoping to get quite far today. I think this is getting the stuff ready is quite long, even if we get some of the furniture done. So I'm just going to pop that one in there now with some super glue, and that will take. So let me go and get the bits and pieces and I will be back. Okay, so first things first, we are going to make an easel. And what they want you to do, and I didn't bring the right things to do this, was cut 1.8 off of here. This is to make our pencil. So 1.8 centimetres. Is it 1.8? Yeah, 1.8 centimetres. That's not what I wanted. Grabbed totally the wrong thing. And I'll probably do it with these, so it'll probably be easier. So you don't want it on either of the sharpened ends, although no, they're going to get you to use. I don't know which end they're trying to get us to use actually. Well, it's going to go across the table, so it's probably the short end. So what they do is they get you to cut it, I think 1.8 off of this end, but on the flat side without the point, and then they get you to point it. Well, I don't like this idea, so I'm going to use the point that's already on the stick because that makes much more sense. I'm going to use these. Well, that pinged somewhere. Should have held the end of that, huh? Just do that, and then what I'm going to do is colour the tip. Basically, you are meant to trim it, so maybe I can do that. And then colour the tip. So take the blue off. Just a little bit. It's easy to come off. Hope I don't need that blue for anything else, because that pinged and I heard it bounce more than once. I was going to say I did not bring a black Mario, but I kind of have a marker that I've had up in that area forever. So I'm just going to paint the top of it like it's a pencil. Like so. Like that. So just got a little tip. Let's try and get it to focus. Here we go. And I apologise if it's noisy again. I've got the fans on, I'm afraid. It's just too hot to do this otherwise. Bear with me, let me see if I can find the blue stick. Nope, couldn't find it. Not to hand. So it could very well be behind all the cubes which have my models in. So first of all, we are going to stick our picture on, not that one. We are painting this one. Okay, looking at this, guys, you are pretty artistic there. You're doing a good job. So let's get that on. A little bit of beacon. And then we will get the wood glue out to make the easel. So I'm going to get this done. I'm going to take a break until it's a little, dear, almost put the wrong one on. This one, because I think our glue might start drying a bit too quick. Okay, that's that. Get the wood glue, and this is going to sit on here like so. And then we also have this, which is going to go underneath it as well. So let's put this on. just a little bit, doesn't need a lot. So you want it just above the line because that's where we're going to put our little shelf, roughly evened out. You are quite far away. Let's see if I can get you in a bit more. Oh, yeah, that's about as close as I'm going to get. Wasn't it? It was going out of focus a fair bit, wasn't it? Hopefully I don't have that focusing problem that I had before. Okay. Then we take our little shelf. I'm going to put this underneath here. And one other thing I'm going to do, because I want it to dry, well, two things I'm going to do before I call it until a bit later tonight, because I want them, both of them, to take. So you want your little shelf. As you can tell, I have not coloured any of these edges. The yellow was quite hard to do anyway when I did it on that other thing. And I kind of think, well, if there's any and it looks terrible, then maybe I'll do it, but it's probably going to be okay. Alright, and then we put the backing on. In fact, I plan to do the piano today. Oh, I don't remember what it was that I needed to do in advance. Hold on. Let me see. Isn't any of that? Ah, yes. Okay, so it's not in there, it's in this one. Actually, it is in there. So I want to put this piece of paper on here so we can make a guitar of it later. And also grab this piece and put that on here. Oops. Oh, that's not what you want to do. You don't want to be dropping pieces. Especially pieces of the piano. So just make sure I've got the right piece. Because I want this drying while we do this. I don't think it's that piece, I think it's the one without anything, this one. Although I think we will be doing this. Will we be doing this? No, it goes underneath. Okay, so I want to stick these, both of these on. We'll come back to wood glue, don't get all jammed up on me. Just that they can be sitting, and then I'll cut them out. So you can cut them out by scissors if you want to, but I prefer to cut around them once they are on, especially for delicate things like this guitar. It kind of helps to get a bit crisper edge, but it does need to sit there for a moment to dry. So long as you've got a edge to work with, you should be okay. And this glue is drying mighty quick. Just needs to come down a tiny bit. Just have a quick look in the mirror, see if we're looking alright. Not in the mirror at all, looking in the window. Okay, I have adjusted that so that can just sit there until tonight when we get to it. And then the same with this, just line it up the best you can, and it's going to, for me, may not be for you, it's going to be easier to cut it in after it's taken to the paper. Right, now let's go back to doing what we were doing. Let's just leave those to one side. Alright, so that's had a moment literally to do, and we are going to go and put the backing on in here, and it's just going to be this little peg in here like so, and hopefully that will stay where it's meant to. Really doesn't want to, it says no. Okay, and then on the back of our table, again, not the best of edges, so if you do want to go over them, you could. I was tempted, particularly on the piano, but a lot of the piano ones are covered up. And then for our table, we're going to put this one on in the middle, not where it is. And then one piece either side. And make sure I can get it as middle as I possibly can. And then you want it with the slope going outwards, not inwards, so it kind of matches the others. So it goes something like so. And then that can sit there waiting on the decorations. That easel actually has stayed where I left it. Goes to show how much that wood glue really is drying up very quickly. But it's probably rather toasty in the house. It's got warm all of a sudden. It was meant to be cooler today too, but it has got rather warm all of a sudden. And again, it's the only piece it's going to touch other than the base. This is a bit off of centre there. There we go. I did have it the right way, so we're alright. I wondered for a moment. And I think we will leave it there for the moment, and these can dry. So these will be dry next time you see them, and then we'll carry on. Just go careful not to lose your pencil or this. Those are both going on the table, but technically our easel is done, and I'm going to leave it upright for it to dry. So I will see you back in a few hours for me, but for yourself about 5 seconds, maybe even less. But that just depends if I can get this in. There we go. Alright, see you in a mo. Okay, let's see how we have fared. So we have our easel still standing. We have a little table that still works. We are going to put a little pencil on and our painting. So not that much cooler, but I've been able to turn off a couple of fans. So I've just got one going right now, which is a distance away from me, so hopefully it's not picking up too much. So I'm going to use some beacon for this, and put your picture down first, your painting. I think you did a great job on this painting, guys. Again, your artistic skills are fantastic, and it's just going to go on here and drapes over the edge like so. I mean, I don't really want to stick it down, I'd rather it look a bit more natural. And then your pencil just goes over kind of the corner of it. I'm just going to make sure that gets some of that glue. I don't know that it did, you know. I think the glue dried already and just put it on. It did not stay. Either that or the paper soaked it all up. Oh gosh, that was a lot of glue there. Okay, let's try it with tweezers. And I'm just going to leave that on there with it pointing over the edge so that people can walk into that pencil. If you think of it, if this was the table, that's a huge pencil for somebody to be using compared to the painting. Could have made it half that length, couldn't we, to have made it more realistic, really. Okay, anyway, that is the easel and the table. Let's move on to, hey, stand up, the piano. And there's quite a lot to do for this piano. It's quite an in-depth build, really. So let me turn the page. I said drop it. So we have this piece, we need the flat piece, we're going to put on our keys. Okay, let's put it folding over the edge at the back. Okay. That's weird. This is not how a piano goes. We got the black keys at the front and folded down. That's okay. I don't know where they played their pianos, but I think they went a bit wrong. So I guess I will put it to the front and just fold it myself down like so with the white kit. I don't like that either. Because then it's all the black keys at the front here. It's almost like too many. Kind of do want it back a bit. Maybe I just won't have keys on the front edge because I don't like it. Almost want to duplicate that tiny bit and have them going down the front there. So I'm going to share my glue with everything, obviously. I'm going to put this on and I'm just going to, well, I almost did it wrong. I'm going to just marry it up and not have it going over the edge. I'd like for it to have gone over the edge, but it's not going to happen, and hope that that picked up enough glue, because it would look weird if I had the white going all the way to the front like it should be and going down the front. It's got some fair chunk of glue on there. Try and get some of that off. Then it would look weird as well. It'd all be black keys on it. So let's see, press that down. There's a fair bit of glue on here. I think my glue's misbehaving, probably the heat. I didn't put much glue on the end there, but I think we're going to be losing that. So I'm just going to have to go with that. I mean, I'm not happy with having the black keys being your main keys and drapes over the edge here. So I'm just going to go with that being it and not have it. Okay, next we are taking this piece. Let's see if we can do this a bit neater and have this going on here. And I don't think it really matters at this point how we've got it going. Something like so. We have a book to make as well for this. Got quite a lot to make for this actually. So I'm going to pop that on there. Such messy glue. I should probably go back to my tacky. I like my tacky. And go there like so. So that goes like that. Then we are going to put on this piece, which I'm going to cut out, which I will do now. And it's not a new blade, but I'm hoping it still will be good enough, and hopefully I've positioned it good enough. So nice and tight with this edge. Going around here a bit. And this is why I kind of wanted it to sit so that I could do a decent cut in, especially around this bend down here, this side. And over here a bit more, a bit tighter. And that's kind of what we have. I'm not sure what the picture is. It's kind of a bit abstract, isn't it? Maybe they're a musician of sorts. Alright, and that's that. And then we are going to put together these three pieces, and they are going to be stacked one on top of each other. Could use super glue for this if one wanted. I'm going to use wood glue. I'm going to get this one too, for that other one to go on top. Well, that was unhelpful. Okay, not to worry then. Oh, I still could have done it. Never mind. Or could I? Brain can't think. So I'm going to get these lined up and start those processing. I just put a few dots of this on. The third one on, and this will get covered up with that long strip over here. And we'll see how that looks, because again I haven't done any of the edges on this. Okay, put that to one side. I think that lines up quite well. Okay. Then we are making a foot pedal, which is this piece with, oh, it's just a piece of wood. This piece, there was a spare of this, by the way, so if you mess up, you know why, and it goes to the bottom of it, bottom edge. Does this sit on it? I think it just marries up with, goes on top of this one. Looking at the other picture, and again, if you wanted, you could, in with the white side, it's white on both sides, but you could do the edges of this. This might need it a little more because it is not going to get covered up. I'm just going to put that down flat, marry that up there, like so, put that to dry. Just make sure. I want to start drying it and then find it's all misaligned. Okay, that's all good, that's all good. Now we are starting to put the piano itself together. We're using this piece here, which is quite a stained white, and this piece up this way, and it's going to sit in here. So again, I am going to use wood glue, going across here and here, and maybe get a bit in those tabs to hold on to those legs. And that's just going to sit the opposite way to what I want to do, so it can't be, yes it can, like so. So you want this curved bit like this way, and the non-curved side the opposite, so like so. And of course with wood glue it doesn't take straight away, so expect it to have a bit of wobble. Then we are going to put in our footstool, which is going to sit on the long mat thing. Should have done this before I put this on. It's going to go in the longer end of the base, at the bottom where those legs are, with the foot pedal going outwards. You know, I tried to learn the piano once. I never took any lessons, but my mum didn't feel that it was a thing she wanted to invest on me. She helped me with other things. I mean, we went dancing, even did Scottish dancing when I was little, in ballroom and Latin, until my sister decided she didn't want to go anymore, and then I didn't get a chance. Oh dear, childhood. But I can understand it. Mum used to have to travel on the bus with us quite a distance, and if one of us didn't want it anymore, then it just kind of stopped it for both of us. But like I said, I did try the piano, but I don't particularly have a musical bone in my body, I guess. Let's put you back on. It's easier to put it in, by the way, before you put it on here, that foot pedal. Come on you go, you were on once. Okay, and then we are putting a foot, this one, in the other hole. Probably should have done that at the same time I had it off as well. Wood glue might be getting a bit low in the pot. Right, and this one goes like so. And that's our legs, I guess. Looks right. And then we are going to, well, all of a sudden everything else arrives. I think this goes first, and it goes with the musical notes to this side, I believe. So down there, facing forward, so the paper to face forward. Like so. Still needs to be a bit tighter, doesn't it? I'll put some on the bottom here as well to help it line up more. The wood glue's definitely getting low. Okay, make sure that that's in well. And then we are putting on the other foot, which is just a single foot with the curve going forward. So like so. Okay, fits quite well. Okay, and we have it upright at this point. So it looks something like so at this stage. Then we are putting on our sides, so all around the edge here. This is going to go onto the top, you know it is. So what I'm going to do, get back up there, is put it on here first. So it's going to go down like that. Be maybe slightly easier to align with it off. Oh, it's too easy. And then pop this in here. So it's going to go on this tab and in between these two. And I'm guessing probably a bit on here too. So let's turn it up, see if it stays on there. Is it right? Believe it or not, it is. Oh, put some on the edge here as well, back here. Just down those bottom edges. Put this on here. It's very cute, isn't it? I do like a grand piano. Oh, a side came off. That's okay. It's one thing. Put that back in. The wood needed slight adjustment there. So I don't know if it's easier or not easier, but either way it's on. It's definitely loose. Just adjusting those, the three bits that we stuck together. Okay, that's that. Then we are going to put on our piano keys. Like I say, mine don't have the white at the bottom. I wish they did, but they do not. Let's throw my blue bottle on there. And that's going to go like this. I can't put it in upside down. I can't go to that level. It's a thought, but no. Alright, and then we are going to put the edging on, but I am going to give this a few minutes for it to take. While we do that, this is all kind of to do with it, because next what we're going to do is put this on, and then the top to this is we will make a book instead while we wait, because we are going to need it for this part, and we will also need a stool. So we'll make those and give this a minute or two to take, so that I'm not messing with it too much. So let's get my ruler. I'm just going to score it like I've done in many models. And it's a music book. That makes more sense, doesn't it, really? And you're not, yeah, it's going to have open pages, by the way. It's going to sit on the seat. Thought we did most of the books, didn't we? I can't remember now. Anyway, either way, this is what we're doing now. It has a spine to this book, so I can see it. And one more, the last one. Might be best to have turned it around as well. Okay. Let's see. So I'm aiming to get all of this done and then I'll look at time. So then you just want to concertina it, and because it is folded, we should be good. She says, well, it doesn't overly work, does it? Let's try it that way then instead. It's like one too many. I guess one of the music ones is going to get stuck on the inside. Okay, and then just put some glue on the cover. Just make sure mostly you get the spine really. Whoops, come back. Okay, stick with the glue. Now on me. I'm going to go like so. It really is. Doesn't want to. Okay, that's done. Let's give it a wiggle and a jiggle. Line it up somewhat. Okay. And I want to just make sure that those pages open and they haven't got accidentally glued together, and they are, I can see that they are a bit gluified. Just remove some of this glue in between the pages. Not the biggest book I've ever put together. I'm sure it's not the smallest. Okay, and that can sit there somewhat like so. I think that's a folded edge. I don't think that's a page that I can open. Okay, so let's continue on the piano. Should have given it a few moments. And what we're going to do is wrap it all the way around. So I'm going to again get this glue. Just want to make sure it's working okay, and this goes all the way around the edge. And it's just while I'm doing it now, I can see it's slightly off on this side here. It needs to go under more. Okay. Let's see. Let's put that on and go around the corner. On the edge. Into that. And it marries up pretty well. Pretty good going, and then we are going to put the top on. And these are holes, so as much as I've just shoved glue everywhere, we are going to want to have those holes opened, because they are going to have the legs through. So what I'm going to do for the top for this part, so what I'm going to do is just poke this through, and I'm going to do this before it dries, put these in. And what we have is is it this piece? Yep, this strange looking piece here is going to go in this far one, which I'm going to use some wood glue, facing towards the other side. So it kind of goes in like so. It says no. You will, I tell you, you will. There we go. And then we are going to put these two pieces in a diagonal going, so that the highest point is towards the other one. That's going to go in here. It is. It doesn't think it is, but it really, really is. this one. And the same thing. Oh, you will. Then we have a music book which we are going to put on here before the top. There we go. Oh, and out it comes. Okay. Well, it's got a slight line in there where it kind of doesn't quite cover it all. But I think the scheme of the size of the model, we can be okay. Music book they want, where do they want it? Kind of hanging off the side here. This is the music book. Very small. And you are going to, this music, but the sheet music, rather than the music book itself, is going to go on here. And they have it hanging on the edge here, but I think, which I can't pick it up. Don't know which way's right. I guess we could do that. I'm just going to use wood glue, obviously, because that's what I picked up. And probably there is about the centre. Guess we could do what they want us to do. Maybe these are the tweezers which, no, they seem to be matching. So you kind of want it that it's here, but a little central. I don't really want all the pages flat, so it looks a bit like a butterfly, really. But straight would be good. Like something like so. Okay. And then we put the top on. This little piece here, which is going to just rest on these. And that is the piano finished. And then we have the piano stool and a guitar to do. And then I will probably call this one for today. And we can go over what's coming up. At least I feel like we've done some furniture for the model. And we've done quite a bit of furniture. We've done quite a few flower plants, but we've done something other than flowers today. I don't think we've touched flowers at all, except for that one broken one that I had to put together. Oh, I've got one other thing pulled actually, which is nice and quick, so. Right, let's do our table. So our table has stool, not table. So it has this, one of them in the middle, and the two legs. So this goes across the middle here, like so. I should really get a bit more central, shouldn't I? Like so. Not like so. Like so. And then the legs will go over there. Just going to square it all up anyway. I'll make it better, not necessarily square it, but it's sticking to me. There we go. Right, now let's straighten it up a bit, somewhat. Okay, when we turn that up, and this is where our book will go on. So obviously it's very loose right now. Doesn't even look like even. taking forever to try and straighten from a stool out. Okay, and then try not to put too much pressure on it. The sigh there, oh come on. Back to squaring it up. All I want to do is get a book on you. I mean, seriously, not that big a deal. And then you can go and dry. I don't particularly want to do with this. So we've got two more things to do. We have to cut out a guitar because it has a guitar, a bit random. Then do a pot with the two scrolls which are left over. That's where that wording was trying to go. So it's up to you which side you want to class as the right way. Whichever one it is, you want this kind of towards the back. I think I'm just getting too gluified. I'm just sticking to everything. Maybe something like so. I know it's warm, but do I really need to stick to everything? Maybe I should have just super glued it and be done with it. Right, let's try this again. It's still got some glue on there. So if this is your front, you kind of want it something like so. Okay, go away. Let's you go up there, out, really out the way. Okay, let's get our guitar cut out. Then we have one more thing to do, and in fact, yeah, no, let's cut out the guitar. So this is kind of a bit close on the old cut in here. Not close, it's just more delicate because it has quite a bit of intricate curves and stuff, detailed, which I don't think my scissor skills would be enough. Like I say, it's not particularly probably a sharp scalpel anymore. This may not be terrible. And just cut this through. I'm going to turn it over and see if it looks anything like a guitar anymore. Well, we do have a guitar. It's got some white edges down here, and I can see them on here too, where I haven't quite got in close enough. But it did match up, and that's sometimes the hardest part when you do it this way, is to get it to match up. But I couldn't imagine me doing this with a pair of scissors and getting it this close a fit. Even though my scissors are quite good, they're definitely not perfect. I'm just gonna get this out. This has got a bit of glue on it, so it's just making it a bit more difficult to go. Okay, that's a little better. And that's a random guitar. And then last but not least for today is our last two scrolls that we had over, which are just going to be put in here nice and easy. I don't know why, but that's where it's going. And then we will call it a day for this. today, and we will start day 7 tomorrow, and I will let you know what we have going to go on. So put that one down, this one as well. They are the right ones. When I look at the picture, they are correct. Theirs fit in slightly better than mine, I think, and you definitely want this one higher, so something like so. Alrighty guys, let's tidy up. So we actually achieved some detailed pieces today, so, and it wasn't all, well, none of it was flowers really, other than the one that fell out and I had to put right. None of it is to do with flowers, so it made a real nice change. So we have a beautiful piano, and it is rather beautiful, isn't it? Oh, it's got quite the design going on around it. It's quite well put together. You do have to glue it. Don't rely on keep touching that. Don't rely on it just staying together. That won't work. My little piano stool, which gave me hassle. Artistic drawing. I think you've done a great job on that art, guys, with our easel. And then a random guitar. And I am going to lean up against the stool because the stool was a pain in the butt. And that's what we have. And you guys seem so far out, considering I swear we've got closer in before. But today it wants to go that way. So, and there we have it. So my glue pot is nicely shining in the shot. But that's what we've done for today. So what do we have coming up, we say? I really can't get in any closer. I think it's just having a funny day. We are going to do, I have no idea what that is. A wall, I think it is. 4 walls. I don't know what that is. I think it's 4 walls. We are also doing paintings. We are making 3 paintings. We are then going back to our flowers, and we're making a flower basket with a cat. How cute. So we're going to have a cat in it. And we are making a potted plant, which looks quite straightforward, using more of the green stuff that we cut. So pretty straightforward. Oh, we're going through a few plants now. Then we're doing another one, a red plant. We're doing a bottle, doing what looks like a bell. That's not a plant, it just looks like a bell. We are doing a white plant. We're also doing another pinky red one. We are putting a decoration on top of a book. We're doing some more plants using the paper towel. And we are using some cork, and I've seen these cork, they're very small, and if we get far enough we're going to do a trough which holds some flowers in there, which I think they're just cuttable ones. They're similar to what we put in a pot. And then we will have a few more bits and pieces to do, and soon we'll be working on the frame. We knew it was going to be detailed for a garden, but we have done quite well today. We've done quite a few nice little pieces, and when I say little, they are rather tiny, aren't they? And they're rather cute and tiny, and it's very bright in my house considering the time of day it is now. So thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate everyone who has been following along and supporting the channel. It does mean a lot to me. Most of all, guys, take care of yourselves. If you do comment, I will get back to you, or you can email me, which is at the end of the video. Take care. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Bye.